Hi everyone, welcome back. So today I want to talk about Parasite, which is a South Korean film directed by, let me look this up, Bong Joon-ho. Probably completely butchered that name, apologies. And it's a movie that's getting a lot of award buzz. As far as I remember, it's been nominated for 6 Oscars, among a bunch of other awards. Just to give a quick summary, Parasite is about this out-of-work, unemployed family that, through some luck and chance, is able to get jobs in the house of a rich family. It's partly luck, partly scheming. Essentially, a family of 4 starts taking over the jobs in the house of this rich family, the Park family. I should also warn you, this video will have some spoilers in it. I am not going to tell you about the story, however. I am going to be talking about space within this film. Space is a much discussed topic within film academia, but in this case I specifically want to talk about how space is used to portray class differences. Parasite is basically set in 2-3 different locations depending on how you see it. So first off, you have the flat that the working family lives in. It's a small flat for 4 people with an L shape. It's a sub-basement flat, so they've got natural light coming from some windows on top. Other than that, most of their flat is below ground, and it is not the nicest environment. It is very concrete and very cluttered, because it's 4 people in a very small space. The rich family lives in this beautifully designed building. There's a large open kitchen that's connected to the living room and windows that look out into a garden. It's a lot of light, natural light, a lot of windows and a lot of open space that the rich family can walk around in. And then, this is the spoiler part, there is the hidden basement in the rich family's house. And it's completely cut off from any natural light. It is purely accessible through the house. There is no external entrances. It's a dark, damp place with completely built out of concrete. It has a toilet in it and a bed and all of that, so you could survive there. There is also the car. This is also a space, it's sort of an in-between space. It is important to the story, definitely, but it is not really the type of space I want to discuss much further in this. So this unemployed working class family is living in a sub-basement. It is not opulent, and it's cramped, and it is tiny, and it is very much a reflection of their lives, I feel. It's very much a reflection of trying to be busy and trying to work hard to afford things, but are being unable to do so because they are not given the space to actually do the things that they are good at. The rich family has this big open space in their home. Their living room is basically a couch and a table. Them being upper class, this gives me the indication that they are given the space and the room to be themselves and basically to not have to worry about being put into a box. They are literally free to explore. They are free to roam and to walk around and to not be oppressed by their surroundings. And then there is the basement, the dark, artificially lit basement, which somehow it's bigger than the family's apartment, but it also is more claustrophobic because, as I said, there is one entrance into the thing and one exit. It very much feels like a last resort type of space, which is exactly what it was built for. So in regards to the story, it is interesting because this working class family who live in this sub-basement become a part of this rich family's workforce, and all four of them go from this cramped sub-basement apartment into this opulent space house, and they take full advantage of it. The way they act in that space is still very reminiscent of the way they acted in their own flat, but they also are able to spread out and take room to be themselves, basically. But when it all starts going wrong and everything starts to fall apart, the family is forced out of this big open spaced house back into their tiny apartment. However, because it is raining so much and because it is a sub-basement apartment, it gets flooded. So they are not even able to return to that, which to me is sort of metaphorical for them not being able to return to their previous situation. It sort of feels like a punishment for them wanting to take too much. How does this then connect to the actual, like, the basement, the hidden basement? Part of the family gets stuck in that hidden basement. Part of the family gets completely pulled into the squalor and the complete lower classes where they are not even able to work anymore. They are unable to be part of the working class. There's literally a stairway that makes the difference between those two things. And they are unable to climb that stairway. They are unable to go up the stairs and be those, like, upper class people living in this wonderful big space. However, now for something completely different. Just to throw back to my video about 1917, which came out like last month, I think. I wanted to discuss the idea of invisible VFX in Parasite. So if you look at the effects in Parasite, you will not notice them. You're not supposed to. They're supposed to be completely invisible, and they are. I didn't notice them. But then you look at the list of credits. You sit through the credits of these films, which I always do, and you see that there are at least 3 companies involved in the VFX of this film. VFX that you don't notice, that you don't see. There is no recognition for these VFX people. I have tried to find interviews or to find which exact companies are involved in the VFX of this film, and it is almost impossible to find anything about it. There are effects in this film, visual effects, that you don't notice, and the only effects that are talked about in the media are effects that you can actually see. For most films, that is not the point of the visual effects. The visual effects should be invisible. Alright, enough about visual effects, enough about Parasite. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, let me know. If you've seen Parasite and want to talk about it, you can either comment below or send me an email. Email is in the description somewhere. Thank you for watching. Please watch something you enjoy this week and maybe talk to people about it. And I will be seeing you next week. Right, bye!